This is not just a channel. This is where questions are born, fights for survival, where artificial intelligence reshapes reality and the universe. Welcome to Curiosphere.
So, here's a question for you. Can a person actually survive without any sleep? I'm not talking about just pulling an all-nighter or having a rough week. I mean, what if you just stop sleeping altogether? Today, we're diving into that terrifying final limit, the one that no one can cross. Let's find out what happens when sleep just disappears. I love this line. You don't lose sleep first. Sleep loses you. It really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This isn't about you deciding to stay up late, no. This is about a fundamental biological need that if you push it too far, well, it takes that choice right out of your hands. Yes, so again, we're not just talking about feeling a little groggy. We are asking a much, much bigger question here. What happens when the whole system, the very mechanism of sleep, is just gone? How long would it take before your mind, before your entire sense of reality just starts to break apart? Okay, so to really get why things fall apart so badly, we first have to understand what sleep is actually for. And here's the first big misconception. It's not just rest. It's an incredibly active, absolutely critical maintenance cycle for your brain. That's right. Sleep isn't rest, it's maintenance. The moment your body goes still, your brain is just kicking into high gear. It's doing all this essential work that it literally cannot do while you're conscious and moving around. Think of it like this. Your brain has its own cleaning crew. It's called the glymphatic system. And every night, this crew comes in and basically power washes the entire place, clearing out all the toxic gunk and waste that builds up just from you being awake and thinking all day. But here's the catch. This whole cleaning service, it only really gets going when you're in deep sleep. And that's not even all of it. While the power washers are doing their thing, you've got other teams in there sorting through your memories, kind of like filing paperwork. You've got another crew recalibrating your emotions, and another one rebooting your immune system for the next day. I mean, just imagine if you never, ever cleaned your house. After a couple of days, it's a mess, right? After a month, you couldn't live there. That's exactly what's happening to your brain without sleep. So what happens when you force your brain to skip its nightly cleaning, day after day after day? Well, the collapse, it follows a scarily predictable timeline. Okay, let's walk through this. After just one full day, 24 hours, your brain is as impaired as someone who's legally drunk. No kidding. At 48 hours, you're starting to have memory failures. Your emotions are all over the place. Then you hit 72 hours. And this is where it gets really weird. The wall between what's real and what's not just crumbles. Hallucinations start. By 96 hours, your brain starts taking matters into its own hands, forcing you into these little micro-sleeps you can't even control. And then, somewhere between 7 and 11 days, you're looking at a complete mental collapse. 11 days, that's the longest anyone has ever officially gone. And let's be perfectly clear about this. The guy who did it didn't win some prize. He survived, yeah, but he was never the same. He paid a permanent price for that record. And this isn't just a hypothetical. There's the famous case of Randy Gardner, a high school kid who did this for a science fair project of all things. On day 2, he was still cracking jokes, feeling on top of the world. But by day 4, he was hallucinating. Day 5, full-blown paranoia set in. By day 7, he had completely lost touch with what was real. I mean, his brain literally aged years in just a few days. He made it through, but his mind was taken apart piece by piece. And, this brings us to what might be the scariest part of this whole thing. The real danger isn't just the physical or mental damage. It's the fact that your own brain starts to lie to you. It convinces you that you're totally fine. Let me tell you a story to show you what I mean. It's about a guy we'll call Ethan, but honestly, he could be any one of us. Ethan was one of those guys who was proud of running on just 4 hours of sleep. You know the type. Sleep is for lazy people, he'd say. He thought it made him strong, a real go-getter. And for a while it worked. He was getting so much done. But then, slowly, over a few months, things started to fray. He'd forget simple words. He'd fly off the handle for no reason. Then one night, he was driving home. And his brain just switched off. For maybe 3 seconds. That's all it took. He crashed his car. And when they asked him what happened, his answer was what you hear all the time, and it's absolutely chilling. He just said, "I didn't feel sleepy." And that is the lie. See, this is the trap. Your sleep-deprived brain loses its ability to judge itself. You feel like you're in control, but the reality is you're impaired. You feel totally aware, but you're completely blind to how badly you're messing up. You might feel sober, but neurologically speaking, your brain is damaged. It's exactly like a drunk person insisting they are perfectly fine to get behind the wheel. Which brings us to the final, bottom line question. We've seen how the mind breaks down. We've seen the dangerous lies it tells itself. But what is the absolute, non-negotiable, final limit? If you strip away all the ego, all the hustle culture nonsense, all the coffee in the world, is it actually biologically possible for a human being to live without ever sleeping again? The answer is just one word, and it's simple, stark, and completely non-negotiable. No. And the reason we know this with such certainty is because of a truly terrifying and tragic genetic disease. It's called fatal familial insomnia. People with this condition have a brain that slowly and then completely loses the ability to fall asleep. There is no cure, and it is always, 100% of the time, fatal.
And these patients, they don't just die from being tired. It's a full-on systemic collapse. Without that nightly maintenance, the brain literally overheats. Organs begin to fail. Their whole sense of reality just dissolves long before the body finally gives up. This is the ultimate proof. Sleep isn't a luxury. It is just as essential for survival as air, water, or food.
It's so easy to get caught up in this idea that we need to sacrifice sleep to get ahead. But our biology doesn't care about our deadlines. It's non-negotiable. And that final quote really says it all, doesn't it? The most dangerous thing in the world is a tired mind that believes it is awake. Sleep isn't some weakness you can hack or optimize away. It's the very foundation of your mind. And a mind that's forgotten how to rest isn't just a danger to itself, it's a danger to everyone.